Welcome back. Episode 17 of Youngzers. Big weekend in the books. Big week Pittsburgh sports. Coming off a Steeler dub, third dub of the year, beat the Saints. So, how's everybody feeling? What's the vibe today?
And Andy Dalton blows, so I'm not too worried about that game today. I mean, as that's a game they should have won. Najee looked good. Jalen Warren looked good. The defense looked good. T.J. Watt's back. That's all I need to say.
Yeah, Andy Dalton's scrapped. 3-14 against the 3-14 against the Steelers. 16 interceptions in like 17 games now. So
3 touchdown passes. That speaks for itself. Guy can't score against the Steelers. He's terrible. Steelers money line was a lock. What's up?
I said Saints were missing half their roster too.
Pretty much, yeah.
Dan, how about you? Thoughts?
It's good to see the Red Rifle get shut down again at Acrisure Stadium now. Saw it for years when he played for the Bungholes. So, it's status quo there. I was really impressed with the secondary. If you guys want to just roll right into it.
Yeah.
KZ coming up, playing for Minka. He took that unsportsmanlike hitting a defenseless player. I don't like that call. You got to separate man from ball there. And then had that pick. Right place, right time. But they played really well. Warren ran hard. I was impressed with Warren's yards today and hitting the hole hard and just running downhill. So it was nice to see a win again, because I really didn't think we were going to see any after the bye. But then you look into it on paper, they have a chance to win quite a few more. So we'll see.
Wait, hold on. My top left says start recording, so I don't know if it's actually started.
No, it says you're recording the call.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Well, if it's messed up, it's all on you guys. But anyway, pardon me, first of all, for not introducing our guest. We got our cousin Neil McDermott here. Former number 1 overall, sports top 10 play of the year or play of the day?
Yeah.
Back so give us a little background.
Glory days, yeah. It's been 4 or 5 months now since last game of baseball. Finished up my career at Seton Hill. It was fun. Good 5 years. 5 years because the pandemic cut one. But yeah, I just finished up school. Love Pittsburgh sports, so I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, another reason we have on that we're getting into later is our Youngsters trip up to Pennsylvania, Penn State University. We'll be getting into that after we talk about the Steelers a little more. But that's just a little preview. I got the Mighty Ducks jersey on as a little preview, too, for that segment. So we'll be getting into that, getting a little into Pitt football. That was just a blowout. Pens, not much there, just, early season. And then got a little Bucko talk, actually, too. So got some big news coming out of PNC.
Yep. That's not big news.
Dixon's also tearing it up in the fall league, so there's some good things coming.
They're rating Asia for players, so I don't know. They're trying to collect them all. I don't know. Everyone's just getting into just a little bit. Everyone's blowing them over getting a first baseman. It's so bad where they get a replacement level first baseman that can actually play some defense, and people think we're going to the World Series. That's the bare minimum a team should be doing.
The sad thing is he's going to hit 190 with 12 bombs and 20 RBIs, and everyone's going to, he's going to get shipped off to a contender later in the year. And you've seen the story too many times.
Yeah. He's the Daniel Vogelback great value brand. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's the same thing. He can play a little bit more. He's better on the defensive side at first base than Daniel Vogelback, but same guy. He's not going to have the numbers. It's not going to make you a contender.
I think Charrington and Nutting are making a splash there, though.
No, they're not. Oh my goodness.
That's a blockbuster signing.
That's the only splash they can make with the money they got.
That's true. When you're running out of buns at Dollar Dog Night, that's the stamp. Someone should go up to Bob Nutting poverty franchise, rubber stamp right on his noggin, and call it a day. That's exactly what it is.
It's either that or a second jungle gym. They're gonna put one in left field next.
Carrington's starting to remind me of Ash Ketchum, trying to get all the Asians out here. You know what I mean? He's collecting them all. He's trying to complete the Pokédex or something. I think
he won. Didn't he win something? I saw it all over Twitter 2 days ago. He finally won.
Jag of the year. That's what he won.
We didn't hand that out yet.
No.
No, we have a
Let's trade
runner.
for it.
Oh,
We
we got
trade for
two.
it.
Dan, you gotta hear about the Sheets experience.
Last night or Saturday.
Yeah.
Ryan was touching base on it about it, and I gave him my thought about what should have happened. But you could give everybody else who's listening the story, and I'll tell you exactly what I said last night.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're waiting. That's my jag of the week, so we're gonna wait till the end. But I know I kind of went off topic a little bit, but let's go back to the Steelers. I know Dan was talking about Kazee. I got a new nickname for him. I don't feel like calling him. I'm just calling him Kazoo because I feel like I don't know. That's what I feel like. But I was impressed by him. I was impressed. That's a completely looking defense for what we've seen the past couple weeks, and I just think it speaks volumes as to what T.J. Watt does bring to the field, which we're not surprised. But just the level of production that we saw from the defense, the level of, like the Saints aren't the best, but I feel like if TJ Watt wasn't there a lot more, we might lose that game. So glad to have him back.
I agree. And he opens up stuff for so many people. You see Highsmith getting in there because, they're protecting the other side. He just opens up stuff for everyone. Makes such a big difference.
I think a big part of it too was like the Saints offensive line was missing 2 starters and then a third went down.
Yeah.
And so I'm not putting like a ton of stock in it. Obviously he's a game-changing player, but I think the defensive line looked really good today, which obviously helped, the edge rushers. They were bringing a lot of pressure. If they can do that against teams that are around 500 or a little bit better than Saints, I'll be, I'll buy into it. But the Saints, they're a bad team. Andy Dalton's their quarterback. That's all it needs to be said right there. They don't really have, Chris Olave is their best receiver. They really don't have much. Michael Thomas is out for the year. Jarvis Landry's old as shit. I mean, you really don't got much, on the wide receiver course. Yeah, it's a good win. I'm going to enjoy it. TJ Watt's back, glimmer of hope. The Penguins have been stinking lately, so I'm going to take today's win, take the money to the bank. The spread, I think, was Pittsburgh was given a point.
To pick him it was pick him at kickoff.
It's
-1.
So you guys were all saying a couple weeks ago, 2 wins at most left. That's one right there. How many? Like say TJ's
5-12.
How many are we saying now?
5-12. Same thing.
Let me touch on TJ real quick. He just is a game changer, and you have to game plan around him. So that's why Highsmith made the plays he did. He had that strip, and then had a couple sacks, right? A sack or two. Just like I've said it before, Bud Dupree should send TJ Watt some money because he got him paid because he takes a lot of the attention off the other side of the ball, But the rest of the year, I don't know. I have it written down. Mott said 2-15, and then you also said 5-12 for their final record. Was that if TJ came back or something? I know you gave 2 predictions.
TJ came back or Matt Canada got fired.
Yeah, Matt Canada got fired, and then Ryan, you said 6-11. Double R said 5-12. I said 3-14. Realistically, they should beat the Colts. They should beat Atlanta. But that's the thing. Like the Saints, you guys are saying you're not putting too much stock in it. That's a team they should beat. But how many times have we seen a Pittsburgh team lose to a team they should beat? You know what I mean? So you kind of gotta take this win and you gotta savor it, but you gotta see all the things they did right. I know the Saints did a lot of things wrong, but the Steelers did a lot of things right, and they did less things wrong as well.
Yeah, I mean they did a lot of things right, but I want to see it consistently. That's part of what I want to see
That's
too.
Fair.
They had like the Cincinnati game at the beginning of the year, they looked like their defense was going to be like the steel curtain from the 70s. Pick Joe Burrow off 5 times, and then you just start getting torched. Okay, is this a mirage? Just a glimmer, and then it's back to what it was before, or I'm hoping obviously it's they're turning it around a little bit, but I just want to see that consistently for a couple weeks before I get my hopes up too high.
Yeah, I say they float around that 6 or 7 win mark. I don't think they beat Baltimore either time. I think they'll beat Atlanta. I think they'll beat Carolina. They should beat the Colts. So, and then you throw one more in there. I don't see it being any more than that.
I think it's gonna be. I'm taking 7 or 8. Isn't their over under is what, 8 or is it 8.5?
6.5. It was 6.5 to start the year.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm saying it's going to come down to basically those last 2 games of the season. They're going to win all the games they should, hopefully. Lose to the Bengals, win against the Colts, win against the Falcons. I say they lose it away against the Ravens and they win at home.
Yeah.
And
Against the Ravens?
That series,
Yes.
yeah, at home,
What-
I guess.
Bob
at home.
is going to be chasing Lamar Jackson all
But
over.
here's the thing: if the Ravens are guaranteed a playoff spot at that point, that's second to last week. Are they going to play Lamar and all those guys?
Yeah, they will. But here's the
Okay.
thing: Lamar will lose them that game. I don't see the Steelers, so to say, winning that game, but Lamar will lose them that game. Yeah, the Steelers always get up to play the Ravens. They always game plan well against Lamar, and they shut him down. You know, look at his record against the Steelers in what is it, 4 years? You know, he's not that good. They make him look human. He doesn't look like a world beater out there, and he can't play well against the Steelers. So I actually think they'll beat the Ravens at home.
That's what I'm saying. You got to sprinkle in a game like that they
Yeah.
should lose. Like it
Yes.
happens, I'd say, twice a year. We got it once against the Bengals, and I think they'll do it again. Like last year, didn't they beat the Ravens on a kind of a fluke game too? Or is that no? Because Brent
2
Hundley was
years.
starting. It is 2 years.
Two
You
ago.
can,
years
look,
ago.
you can start even looking at that Tampa Bay game as a fluke game. I think Brady's back. That might be a wild take, but I think Brady's back.
I
He's
hope
gonna
so.
go. He's gonna get a playoff game. We were talking about this yesterday. He's gonna play a Daniel Jones, Geno Smith team. I mean, Geno Smith, great year, but he's gonna walk in. He's gonna walk into the playoffs, and typical, that division's crap. right now.
Terrible.
And that's the thing. He's going to have a wild card game at home against like Daniel Jones, and then he's going to have to go to Seattle and play Geno Smith. And the next thing you know, he's walking into his 12th Super Bowl, 11th Super Bowl, whatever.
He's luck
You know.
into a cupcake walk somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unreal.
And that's going to be his swan song, you know what I mean? And then he'll go out on top, and he'll be like, "Well, I'm actually done now," you know. And you could see it took a lot out of him at the beginning of the year because he was going through all that stuff. So it's understandable. But now I think he's got the distractions behind him, and he's just there to game, and it's scary, honestly.
No, see, I don't think the distractions are behind him. Like, yeah, they're getting divorced, but AB's an absolute menace trolling him
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Like, that's AB's lurking. He's not going to retire. He's not going out into the real world with that lunatic hanging brain in Dubai. You don't know what he's up to. He's memeing on Brady
You
constantly.
know what could really help AB right now in his mental situation?
Think I do.
A little bit of Turner's Sweet Iced Tea, baby.
Mm-hmm.
No free ads.
So you're saying, so what you
I'm
guys are
sponsored.
saying is, so what you guys are saying is, you think AB is like Brady's Drake curse? Is that what you guys are saying?
Could
you
be.
You think he's in his head?
I mean, based off the cartoons he's sharing, he's in his house. So
Why
I-
does Daddy not live here no more?
He's a
Why
loon.
does Daddy not live here anymore? AB's literally just putting pictures up of him photoshopped.
AB's making more money right now selling his music and all those pictures of the memes with Brady and Giselle than he from football.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I think you guys are putting too much effort into thinking Tom Brady's still good. I think he's not as good as he once was. There's no chance he gets to a Super Bowl. I'm signing it, shipping it. No chance. Not a snowball's chance in hell that guy gets to the Super Bowl.
I mean, I hope not, but
You can't
Crazier
lose
things
to
have
the
happened.
Princeton.
I'll never count out Brady.
That's
You can't.
that's
What's the
Until-
crazier
until
thing
you-
that's happened though? Like
There's plenty
what's a
of
team
crazy-
like that that's went to the Super Bowl though?
Tampa Bay, who was it? Quarterback, was it Trent Dilfer? They won in the early 2000s
I
against
think it's the Raiders.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
like the same scenario. Their quarterback was dog water.
You know?
And, they still made it. It's Tom Brady. You can never count him out. He'll pop up. He'll somehow get a cakewalk, and you just expect it to happen at this point. Even if he couldn't even throw a football, they'd somehow make the Super Bowl with him there, just because he'd luck into it. So
And
it's
That'll
You
sell
think-
too. So,
yeah.
like, is the NFL rigged? Because then you think, like, oh, everyone wrote off Geno Smith. And what do he say? They wrote me off. Well, I didn't write back. So it's this Cinderella story. He's finally getting his shot. You know what I mean? And then he's going to go and host Tom Brady in, like, the NFC title game or whatever and get the doors blown off him. He's like, well, maybe I should have wrote back because they should have wrote me off. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, Tom Brady is winning his 8th Super Bowl.
mhm.
It
Do you
can
think
happen.
they beat
It's
Philly
crazy.
in the conference final? They're going to see Philly in the conference final. You think they
Minnesota.
beat Philly?
Minnesota.
Minnesota or Philly?
Real good today.
Minnesota's
Wow.
better than Tampa Bay, I think.
Oh yeah,
any given Sunday. That's fine. You could say that on paper, but that's why they go play the game. That's why I've said that many a times. A dog could win in a fight at any time, any given Sunday. It could happen, and the favorite could lose, especially in a big game like that. You got the best big game player
Been there.
in the history of the NFL on your team. I'm taking that team 10 times out of 10.
I can tell you exactly some scenario that happened. Tom Brady gets the cakewalk, lining up for meeting the Eagles or the Vikings in the NFC Championship. Jalen Hurts blows a knee out. Justin Jefferson, something like that happens in the game. So Philly makes it, and then it's a backup quarterback against Tom Brady. They squeak a win out. It's something's gonna happen. I don't know what exactly it is. Something's gonna shake out that way. It's gonna
NFL's rigged, man.
But
and that's
I'm telling you, the only AFC team that would beat them in the Super Bowl, Josh Allen and the Bills would not. That scenario, they would not beat them. The only team that's getting them is Kansas City. That's gonna be a revenge game right there.
And the only way they get them is if they put up points early and often.
Because their defense is terrible.
And that's the thing. If it's a one-score game late in the fourth, and Tom's going for his 800th game-winning drive in the fourth quarter, you got to put your house on him.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's done it time and time again, and hasn't showed that he's fallen off the cliff yet. He might be at the edge, but he's not off the cliff yet. It looked like at the beginning of the year. Don't get me wrong, but like Neil said, he's back.
I think this year is his cliff year. It's either he's going to fall off or he's taking a step back, and then he's on the cliff. There's no doubt about it.
He ain't coming back.
I think this might be his last year, no matter
he
what.
Ain't coming back.
He wants to play till he's 50, but he wins a Super Bowl. I think he's done. I think he's out.
He's already proven everything he could. He's playing. He's 45 years old, and he's still out there slinging the rock. And still carving up defenses. I mean, he's proven everything he has to. I just think he's getting to the point where he doesn't want it anymore. You know what I mean? And that every athlete hits that point to where they're like, well, I just don't want to do this anymore. And he hasn't been there yet, and we haven't heard about it.
I disagree. There is one thing we are overlooking. You win the Super Bowl, he's kissing his son on the mouth. That's the motivation Tom Brady has right there.
He needs a wife to kiss me with his son, right?
Yeah, Tom Brady, Dan and Neil have declared him back. We're officially on Kiss Watch. Yeah, I don't want to into the Super Bowl.
I'll agree with you there. That's fine.
I don't see it. I think we're too stuck in on like the old tales. There's just certain teams, there's certain players you look at and you just don't think they're ever going to fall off. But I think at this point, I have no fear of Tom Brady after what the Steelers did to him. Even no fear. He's going to have to do a lot more to get.
Was it so much the Steelers did that to him, or was it the pigeons on the field? You tell me that one.
Are we on Pigeon Watch? We're on Pigeon Watch.
We are
too,
again.
now.
Yes.
I told the people of the internet. I said pigeons are on the field. Hammer that money line. The score was 0-0.
That is true.
No less than I think it was 5 minutes later. Did they score? Yep. I think they scored. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever they're planting on that field next week, get some pigeons on there and plant. Take the Steelers live. Once you see the pigeons, take the Steelers live odds right away.
Honestly, even if they're not reseeding that field, everybody in Pittsburgh should be getting someone with a drone, filling it with birdseed, and spraying that field down. Because 2-0, Bird Gang, are we the real Bird Gang of PA?
That's a good point. I mean,
I don't know. I don't see any pigeons in Philly.
Yeah, well, they eat them there.
There's the air there. Yeah.
Like some trench birds, huh?
Yeah, they go after them. Rats with wings. They love that. Yeah, that's probably their cheesesteak meat over there.
It's their appetizer.
But yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh got pigeons on the field. Kansas City got Juju on the middle of the field. I mean, I don't know if anyone saw that today, but Buddy got hit so hard he probably thought he was doing a TikTok before the game. That's where he woke up.
Him and Jackson?
No, like I told you guys on Twitter, he probably woke up and was like, "Where's my bike? Am I back in Pittsburgh?" I'm telling you, that's exactly what he said. Boy got laid out.
Was it as bad as Tua giving sign language?
Yes,
or was that
he was too. He
was. He had both hands.
Too. Yeah.
Damn. Well, he won't be on TikTok or dancing in the locker room for a while then, I bet. Was it that? Who hit him?
Two guys just killed him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he came right across the middle and got absolutely mollywopped.
Caught the ball, turned around, took 2 strides, and there he was. Yeah, he got cleaned up.
Next thing you saw was Jackson Mahomes dancing on Sean Taylor's. Yeah, you remember
Memorial,
that
yeah.
last year? People don't forget about that. That
That
might
guy needs killed.
that might be my Andrew. People don't forget of the week. There's gonna be a couple this week, but that's the new segment. Jackson Mahomes. I haven't forgot about that. You do not dance on Sean Taylor's jersey number on the sidelines. No. I don't forget about that. I'm airing dirty laundry going forward, and no one is safe from that. Just for
It's
the
not
record.
even the fact of the matter of like that. He came out and publicly said, "I didn't know where I was dancing." Like it's a fence stuff. Like it's a chained off area.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the
come out and
thing,
say, I
like,
don't know where it's at. Like
They thought
stop
they
that.
were entitled to go around. I think it was velvetly roped off. Like there was
Yeah,
a nice
it
velvet
was.
rope around. It wasn't just like some chains. So you like think you're privileged or something? Go in there and stand on that. Like it's just like people in hockey. You don't step on the logo. It's not so much on football, in football locker rooms and stuff. But like you see that's velvetly roped off. You don't go in there like you're entitled. That's
Yeah.
the problem with the world, man.
No, there's no accountability, and we'll touch on that later. Obviously, when we're doing the Youngzers road trip story up to Happy Valley yesterday, no accountability. But yeah, it's just Ryan. I think this episode, I think Ryan's going to have to be held accountable because
Me?
yeah, you're taking a pretty clear shot at the British right now.
How? It's in memoriam.
That is not.
It's for the brothers across the pond. I just don't understand.
We've made it pretty clear that we've taken some shots at the British already. We're
You're memeing on the Queen.
Yeah,
It's not the Queen. It's King Philip. I didn't meme. When did I meme on the Queen?
Bloody chill.
What she eats some chihuahuas. That's about it. But all I'm saying is, I said this earlier too, but we weren't recording. What are the British gonna do? Are they gonna stand in a straight line and shoot at me? No, they'll see them coming because they're wearing bright red jackets.
They don't wear those no more.
I don't care.
You know why they wore red? Do you know why?
Yeah, I know why.
No, why?
They wore red so if they were hit, their comrades beside them wouldn't see that like guys were bleeding and they'd keep fighting. Redcoats.
So they wouldn't. What would they think? A guy just laying on the ground dead sleeping?
No.
Are the
So,
British
like-
that dumb? He's wearing a red.
Boy,
Dead. All right, I'm calling out all Brits.
well,
You're all-
at least.
Yeah, like what? You think the guy next to you, you're marching like sardines. Buddy looks like JFK to your right. Absolutely getting his doors blown off. But thank God he got that red jacket on. You can't tell the difference.
So why didn't they wear red hats then? Because if you're getting your lid broken open, yeah.
You know how
Lid broken
inactive
open.
your
You know.
muskets were.
Yeah.
You ain't hitting headshots. Come on.
People. There were snipers back then.
You think
That's
you're not
They were
hitting
hacking.
heady?
They were hacking.
What do
Yeah.
you think it's just Remind out here in
You
a
don't
GBs
think
or something?
you don't think in the Revolutionary War, Run with Trees wasn't hitting like clips back then? He was. I'm just saying. You don't think those guys were the most accurate people? I guarantee all the Native American warriors were way better than these British people.
Well, yeah, I'm a history buff. Like there was specific groups like that the continental U.S., the Continental Army had, where it was basically guerrilla warfare, and back then it was like undignified to be sniping, sitting in trees sniping stuff. Well, the British, they effed around and they found out. The farther west they went, they were just getting picked off like
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. For years or for millenniums, it was just Napoleonic warfare. So you line up in a big field and you shoot at each other. Nobody thought, hey, let's get some cover and shoot at them from afar.
Yeah,
they thought that just wasn't right. But you're out there at war. Like, is anything else fair in love and war?
All I'm saying is if I'm drawing line leader, I'm leaving. I'm caboose or bust in that situation.
You'd be the guy you'd be the color guard with the flag or the boy with the drum.
That's what I was about to say. If they're sending me in battle with a damn flute, like send me home. Like I'm calling
playing Yankee Doodle Dandy.
I ain't blowing a flute singing about like having a straw in my hat or what is it, macaroni in my hat or something.
Oh no.
Stuck a
They're gonna hear
phone,
you coming.
eating macaroni somewhere.
Yeah.
Everyone else around you has guns. You just have a flute and you picked it up. Music down in Leechburg. Yeah, that's all you got. You just got to keep going.
Pull the short straw. You know what would suck because like if your color guard ever got shot, like you were taught to lay down your musket and you pick that flag up. Somebody else picking that flag up. I want to at least defend myself.
Yeah,
I'm doing?
but not the flag.
Dude.
I don't know when it was invented, but if I saw that happen, I'm yelling nose goes. Like, when do you think that started up?
Well after that.
When do you think the first nose goes was?
God, I don't know.
Ma'am?
Call it Gettysburg.
I'm saying maybe like JFK or something. Who's gonna pick his scalp up or something?
Oh,
Nose goes. I don't know. Just guessing.
Oh.
But wait, what were you on the Steelers still?
I mean, yeah.
Is this another off the rails?
You did get a little bit off right there.
I feel like every episode from now on, we're just going to be covering sports, and then it's just going to go off the rails because it's just, I mean, what you can't argue at this point.
Is there really anything wrong with that?
The Bills. Did you see that catch?
Justin
Jefferson catch?
Yeah.
That's the top. I can say this confidently. That's probably one of the top 5 catches of all time.
Oh, easily way better than Odell's, I think.
Yeah.
100%.
What about
Santonio
Derek
Holmes had
Watts?
a better one.
Derek
the helmet
Watts
catch was probably better.
Derek Watt. He had 2 carries today. He should have.
Chase Claypool to Derek Watt. That's my 1-1 draft of best catches.
Say Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool to Derek Watt. That's my. If I'm drafting best catches, that's what I'm taking first.
Chase have it on the bingo card.
That trade's looking good. He has 2 catches for like 23 yards in 2 games, and the Bears keep losing. So.
Yeah, that's perfect. He wasn't they didn't run the right schemes for me in Pittsburgh. You quit making excuses, buddy. The reason that they didn't throw to you downfield was because you gator armed everything. You're out there trying.
High point anything.
Nothing doesn't high point anything. And then the other thing about the other trade, that cornerback we got from the Commanders, we don't have to send them a consensual. Can help me out here. Conditional pick because he's hurt and he's on the IR. Consensual, yeah. So I mean that's big too. You know what I mean? You keep some draft capital off of
It's true.
You just said consensual and Deshaun Watson's ears up. He doesn't know that word. Let me add that to the old diction.
I don't have a massage table here, Deshaun. I'm sorry.
Is he playing this year? Are we going to see him play?
We play him.
2 weeks next.
We play him, I think.
Yeah, do you think they'll actually play him too?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, how about we got flexed out of that primetime slot? So we're 4:20 now against the Bengals.
Yeah.
Is that the Bengals?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that next week?
Yep.
Honestly, save us the shame. I'll say it. Save us the shame. I wouldn't want my offense aired out like that. The offense don't look good. I don't want America watching that.
So we technically get 2 primetime games this year. That's it.
That's
Thursday night and Friday night or Monday night.
Yeah. I don't hate it. They're a struggling team. You don't put struggling
and I'm looking. You put the Chiefs Chargers Sunday night, which is so much better.
Yeah.
Is it though?
I don't think it
is. LA that good?
I mean,
I think they're better.
They're not.
Us.
I mean,
they're better than us.
Yeah,
they're 5-3 right now. They got this. I mean, superstar, or not a superstar quarterback, but trending to be a superstar quarterback. Struggling this year. I mean,
yes,
mostly because of injuries. He's been injured a lot this year. But I mean, Patrick Mahomes on prime time, I'd take that over watch. I mean, I'm ride for the Steelers every day, but America wants to watch Patrick.
But if honestly though, like to help Dan out a little bit though, why do the Rams have so many primetime games? Aren't they're pretty bad?
LA.
I mean, look at
still. There's no LA fan. Look at LA fans. There's no LA fans.
Look at the Lakers. They're 2-11. They get prime time.
Yeah.
It's so LA.
So,
but I want to ask you this, Neil.
Yeah.
Would you take Patrick Mahomes beating the Chargers by 20 over like a Steelers Bengals game that's really close, but a 3-point comes down to a field goal at the end? Would you take that?
Me personally, no.
I'm just saying because you said that you would take. You know what I mean?
Right, and I agree with that. I mean, I don't know. I think for me personally, I'd rather see a close NFL game. But you got people who want to see people put on a show. Patrick Mahomes is gonna most likely put on a show. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I like good football. I like close football. You know, people turn the TV off unless you got some bets on or fantasy and blowouts. So,
I mean, the NFL wants offense.
That's
You know,
they said it today.
You know, you're not going to, it's a Chargers Chiefs game. You're not going to see Derek Watt running for, 2 yards on a 3rd and 1. That's not what America wants to see. They want to see some bombs to McCole Hardman, Keenan Allen if he's ever healthy, but like
that's
Fuller's the
horrible.
best running back this year. Like, I don't know.
Some of these Sunday night games are bad, though. I'm looking ahead. They have Colts Cowboys one week.
Cowboys.
Chiefs Broncos again, but whatever. Patriots Raiders. That's another.
Broncos got another primetime game. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Broncos.
Well, when they
Nation.
made the schedule because Russ going there and stuff. Here's the other thing. Excuse me. Somebody take over. I got a burp.
Oh,
Dude, that's dirty pool.
How about Jeff Saturday taking the Colts to victory, huh?
they beat
Jonathan Taylor finally showed up.
about time.
Here's the thing with primetime games this year. They all suck.
Yeah.
Every Thursday night game sucked. Every Monday night game, I can't think of one that I was like, yeah, I'm going to tune into that, honestly. Even Sunday night games, I don't think they've been all that appealing, really. It's just a weird year for the NFL, with like the Jets and the Giants playing decent, teams that are bottom feeders actually playing well, and the teams that you're always used to being dominant actually starting to trend downward, you know what I mean?
Honestly,
And losing games they shouldn't.
the best part has been probably witching hour this year. The end of the 1:00 games heading into the 4:25, 4:05 slates have been just nuts. Like today's Bills-Vikings game was that game was drunk. That was insane to watch the end of that game.
Like a fumble on the one on a quarterback sneak. Josh Allen, guy can run through people and just fumbles a snap. Like that's why you don't turn the game off till it's over.
That's the
That's
thing,
why.
though. That's not on Josh Allen. That's on the center, really. But do you take the safety there?
That's what they said.
Take the safety, and then you.
I think that's the right call. The QB sneak right there is the right call, 100%. Even the announcer said that. I think. I mean, you take your chances on getting out of the end zone. Your quarterback's what 6'6", 250.
Yeah.
You think you're going to get a few yards there, but to your point, Dan, I don't know if you take the safety. What there's 50, how much time was left? 50
There
seconds.
was 57 seconds left.
You take the safety. That's 2 points. You put them in field goal range. That's game.
Yeah, but do
With
you
no timeouts,
do you trust your defense? Because then it's a free kick on that. It's a punt, but it's a free kick. It's like a kickoff,
Right.
but it's in a punt formation.
They couldn't
So
stop Justin Jefferson all day. I mean, that was the right call to make. You're not expecting your center to snap it in his own gooch and then fumble it. I mean, that's you just can't be having that on the 1 yard line. That's what did him in. Otherwise, that's ball game. That's worst case scenario happened for them.
Yeah.
Worst case.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, did you guys see that on the 4th down play? The offsides of Dalvin Cook just completely missed that.
Yes, he tried to turn it up the field before he had the ball, and it happens all the time. You played baseball, so I'm sure you've seen a shortstop or a second baseman go to make the throw before they field the ball. It happens all the time in any professional sport. But you're a world-class athlete. You don't drop that ball. He was going to walk into the end zone.
Yeah, no one. No one was there.
And then I don't like the quarterback sneak on 4th down by Minnesota. I don't like that.
No.
If anything, you hand that off to your running back. You let him go up and over. You don't see the up and over at all anymore, and it's unstoppable.
Not even that. Their fullback, Ham, he's a top 3 fullback in the league. He's pretty much the only one that's left in the league.
Yeah.
Him and
Derek Watt.
what's his name?
Juszczyk.
That's the only two that are the only two that get used ever. That's the problem.
They have more carries than all of them.
That's just a classic case of KYP. Know your personnel. You can't have Kirk Cousins going to battle like that. You got to know what your guys can do.
Dan, would you say that we're officially an over the top podcast, up and over podcast?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Like you give me some old school nastiness up over the top, the sweetness going up over, Walter Payton going up and over. Oh yeah. But because that's the thing. As soon as you break that plane, the play's dead. Play's dead. They can knock it out of your hands all you want, but as soon as that ball's over the plane, it's over. The play is done. You have scored. You give it to Dalvin Cook. You let him go up over the top. I'm sorry. I want to see more people
That's
in the air.
honestly, that's the pinnacle of football right there. Send your best man. That's 1-on-1 in the skies. You're taking to the air. You're conquering the air, and I just think that's a play that we should see way more often.
I don't know. Is there like a player safety thing that they're afraid of? Somebody coming down on their head, on their neck? Because you've seen it before. Swift, he was a running back from Cal years and years ago. College, and
what's his name? Javid Best.
Best. That's it. That's Best.
Yeah.
And he tried to hurl that guy, and he came down on his head. But he scored, but he was knocked out. So I didn't know if there was like a safety thing. Like we don't want to see guys up over the air, but you see guys hurdling people all the time. It's not quite a hurdle. It's more of a dive.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that back in the game because like you're going to get two physical men meeting there, and who wants it more? Who's got more momentum? Who's got more mass coming, And it's 4th and 1, and you 4th and an inch. Let's see how bad you want that inch.
You know what?
The more twig and who has the more berries. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
We're going to have to put our official stamp. We're officially a Up and Over podcast and a Low Man Wins podcast for football. That's what we want to see right there.
Yeah.
The high-low. I mean, you don't see that. Bobby Spillane, Low Man Wins on Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Whirly birds going through there. Yeah, absolutely.
So we're just like no middle ground, just either high or low?
No, it's both.
Yeah.
Low man wins and up and over.
Yeah,
we want them both.
Flips. People getting helicoptered. Yeah.
Anything else on the Steelers, or what are our hopes next week? At home against the Bengals? Yeah, right.
Wonder if the spread is even
6.5. 6.5.
6.5. That
really?
seems too low.
Yeah, because look what they did to him last year. They hung 35 on him in no time.
Yeah.
It could get ugly like that.
But
they're coming off a bye too.
True,
right?
Very true. No chase.
Bengals are coming off a bye. So
I think it'll be. I think they'll keep it close. I don't think the Steelers will win. I think they'll. I think they lose by 7 to 10.
I think it's going to hang on the shoulders of the offense, like we've been saying all year. How long can the offense stay on the field?
Yep.
Because I feel like the defense is going to stand up like it usually has.
If you can keep that 1-2 punch at running back and stay on the field, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was my player of the game. Jalen Warren was my player of the game. I said everybody says TJ Watt, of course, Highsmith on defense, but Jalen Warren, and it also woke up Najee. It was a wake-up call, kicking the shirt tail, say, hey, if you don't start playing, here's your number one next year. You know what I mean? Like
a little competition. Get the juices flowing.
I don't think it woke Najee up much at all. I think that Liz Frank injury is really messing with him. He just doesn't run hard. And I don't know if
today was his best game though.
Okay. But Warren, I think, had a better game.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying. I'm saying I think they both played well. Like if I'm looking at it objectively.
Which is nice to have, because look at like Dallas with Pollard and Zeke. Yeah. Or Green Bay with Dylan and Aaron Jones. You know what I mean? You have a good 1-2 punch. You have like a 1A and a 1B. You could do some damage.
I mean, I think they'd probably be better off having Najee as the A and then Derek Watt as the B. I think that'd be a punch right there. A couple yards in a cloud of dust, make him earn that paycheck. Yeah, that's what I'm rooting for.
Because I don't think we've seen enough out of Warren, like in the passing game. We know what he can do in the run game, right? He runs downhill, runs hard, hits the hole hard. He's a north-south runner. Najee, he's got them sweet hands, kind of like Lev Bell. You can even put him out in the slot. And he's very versatile there. As long as he catches the ball, plants his foot, and runs, not juke Casper the Friendly Ghost out there and not get the first down when you need it.
Yeah. And dropping balls in the end zone, too. That was a touchdown pass by Kenny Pickett. Great ball. Hit him right in the hands, yeah.
Yeah, good ball.
You got to come down with those.
Would you have made that catch, Ryan?
One-handed, yep. But going back on Derek Watt, I think Dan's right. We got to get more out of him for his paycheck. We should have him like cleaning the balls, taking the grass out the cleats, getting something out of him, like massaging the players. I don't know.
Did you see his? I think a reporter was talking to him, and they were like, "Hey, yeah, so you're still in the league because you're brothers." Did you guys see that?
Probably. That's like a Giannis thing. All Giannis brothers.
He's like, no, this is my 7th year in the league or something like that, and he's like, I'm here because I do my job well. I'm not here because my brothers are in the league. That's the only reason why he's still a Pittsburgh Steeler. That's the only reason why he got money.
Steelers get rid of him. Anyone else is going to want him?
No.
No shot. Not even the Cardinals are gonna
I
win.
don't know. Maybe for a special teams guy.
Yeah, they're not going to be paying him the Steelers like millions.
No.
He's getting
No.
a minimum deal. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
You're getting 800 grand. That's it, bud.
The
If
pads
Matt-
look weird on
Madden
him.
better update his ratings awareness 0 if he thinks he's still in the league based off his merits and not who his brothers are. Like, you gotta read the room. You look at JJ, you look at TJ. Like, buddy, you're the odd man out here. I don't know.
Is it a Pro Bowl? Derek Watt?
Does he?
What?
Does he have a Pro Bowl?
Oh, I gotta look.
Yeah,
Let me
that should be
look.
his punishment. You have to buy his
Yes,
Pro
if
Bowl
he has
jersey.
a Pro Bowl under his belt, then I'll let him talk a little bit. But no, like,
Do special
Do they
teams
give-
Pro Bowls really count though? Unless you're like, what's his name, like Matthew Slater from the Patriots, or like a Devin Hester. Like that's
no.
No way he has a Pro Bowl. If he has a Pro Bowl, I'll eat my
Who
own
was he
shoe.
with before? Chargers?
yeah.
Yeah.
Look it up right now.
I'm looking.
Brian eat his own shoe.
Live on
I
cam.
don't see. It had to be an elite fullback. The only elite fullback I ever knew was
Nah, he
he's a
definitely
guy
has.
from Green Bay. He was a coon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget his name. What's his first name?
John or Jason.
John. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
John
I feel like
Jaso.
he was at one. There's no way he's at that level.
Mike
of-
Tolbert. He ran hard for the Chargers. You remember him? He was a big bull.
I just don't see.
Wasn't
it.
Hinoski? He played fullback, right?
Yeah, Pitt.
Yeah.
Here we go, the Cowboys.
I don't see anything.
Oh,
What
okay.
happened, Roberts? No way. We would have
Holding
seen
on-
it. Go to
holding on,
images.
He's
There's
not.
nothing in images. He would have been all suited up because that would have been the highlight of his life. He would have been in Honolulu shaking his tail feather. He would have had that blue or red like special jersey on. He wouldn't have taken it off.
You'd
I
have
feel
the,
like we would have seen that.
yeah.
Huh?
You'd had the bells and whistles on.
Yeah.
Been with Andy Reid in a Hawaiian shirt. Oh yeah, he would have been living that up.
Eating what? Maui or something? Or what's it called?
Hey, he ran a 4.77 40.
That's almost 5 seconds. Isn't that slow as hell?
And he only put up 19 reps on the bench.
I
It's
could run that
225 for
backwards.
19.
Ryan, how
Come
many
on,
reps
bud.
you putting up on the bench?
Of what?
225.
225?
225. Yeah, that's the combine weight.
I'm gonna say 4 or 5.
It's all right.
Wow.
I think I could. I do 3. I do 4. or
How much
5.
you weigh?
Like 184 on Friday.
Okay.
So I'm the
All right.
powerhouse.
All right.
We're a power lifter, though. You're
What,
trying
you
to
want a
Penn
lift
State
off,
power
Dan? You
lift
want to do a lift off?
You give me
Youngzers-
6 months and I'll bury you.
What are we?
Back-
What's the weight
back-
we're going to?
In my prime, when I was 215, I put up 225. He was like 20 times, something like that. So,
Meet me at 190.
Better than Derek
oh,
Watt.
you want me to drop weight? That's
Yeah.
fine. All right.
I'll add. You drop.
All right.
Rocking
then-
the sauna suit while streaming.
I'm gonna have to ride my stationary bike.
Because there's no way I'm getting to 2. What would we meet at realistically? If it was
205. 205.
That'd be the heaviest I ever. I'd look like a damn meatball. I'd look like Graveler, the Pokemon.
Get to
How tall are you?
225.
You're
or
6
205.
foot, aren't you?
Me?
Yeah,
No,
Oh.
Ryan.
Oh,
we're probably the same height, Dan.
I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, we're probably the same height.
Okay. Get to 205.
I'm not getting to 205.
I gotta get to 190.
I need to be able to wipe my ass still. I'm gonna reach back and wipe my ass.
All right, give me 6 months. What's today? November 13th. 6 months. I'll get down to. Give me 195.
195. I'll do. If I'm still 185, I'll get 195. That'd be fine.
All right.
I'll take a 10-pound difference.
I'm coming down from like 235.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll balloon up a little bit.
Get to 200.
Start eating straight melted butter and wait. What did
Dirty
what's
bulk.
his name do? Jared Leto? Didn't he do something whack? He's just eating straight ice cream and melted butter for like 6 months for some role in a movie.
That's just disgusting.
You need
Have
some,
you ever seen
Or is it
Yeah.
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale? He had some crazy like body transformations because he was in that. I can't remember what movie it was. He was like
Dick
130 pounds, and then he bulked up to be in The Dark Knight to like 225.
That's nuts.
And he played
Yeah.
Dick Cheney, and I think he was the one that ate the ice cream and whatever.
Probably.
Yeah. That's
Ryan, you know what you
crazy.
need to get you there?
What?
Some of that kebabs. What was that place called?
Penn
yesterday?
kebab.
And
Well,
Premium
kebabs.
Turner's iced tea.
You need some Penn
That
kebabs.
too.
So
Turner's iced tea.
are we transitioning to? All right, so we're gonna transition. This is a big knuckle crack moment for Roberts and Dan. Pit Vipers are on it. Promo's gonna be cut, but we took a trip up to State College, PA. Saw Penn State whoop on the Maryland Terrapins 30-0. But I'll let Roberts and Andrew take the floor here. Dan, you too, because you've been chomping at the bit. I'll give my 2 cents as well, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to kick this one off here because we got some problems up in Happy Valley, and I'm not too thrilled about it. So, as everyone here knows, Roberts, you can see by his background, he's a Pitt fan. We go up, and Neil's not really a Penn State fan. He's more of a Pitt, Pitt Notre Dame, whatever. Ryan and I, we go up there, see our brother Connor. We get up to our seats, and there's 5 guys that are sitting around us, and one of them has his pregnant girlfriend in front of us. Roberts is talking to the 2 guys in our row next to us. They're pretty chill. Roberts tells him he's a Pitt fan. They're just joking around, lighthearted stuff, whatever. The 3 guys in front, 2 hefty lefty rednecks.
Dollar General Tim the Tap Man. That's what they are.
As Roberts did call him, a Dollar General Tim the Tap Man. And then their boy at the end who was like the little chihuahua barking. He was passed out for most of the first half because they were so drunk. They start giving some guff, and it's whatever. All right, it's a football game. They start taking it too far. They start trying to touch Roberts, getting in his face. And it just got to the point where, there's kids all around us. There's families around us. I'm trying to tell them, like, we're all here watching the same football game. And these clowns just keep, turn around, flipping Roberts off, getting right in his face. And obviously, we're ready. It's bad when I'm playing peacemaker because I'm like, you guys just turn, I'm swearing a little bit, obviously, it was like Tony Soprano. You're going to sit there. I got some not nice things to say about you, and you're going to have to deal with it. I'm trying to calm down Roberts. I'm telling these guys, turn around. The one guy turns around and looks at Roberts, says, see, even your buddy doesn't want a piece of me. And that's when I'm like, all right, like, that's not the whole point here. I would love to just drop you, but, it's a family place. I really, it just ruined the whole day. It was a good tailgate going up to it. We're going through. No problems. We were in tailgating with, obviously, Connor. No problems with the students. No problems. 2 things that really irked me. 3, one, this Sweet Home Alabama boy and his pregnant girlfriend. You don't use your pregnant girlfriend as a meat shield, number 1. So that's the first strike, all right? Your woman's embarrassed. You're focused on eating chicken tenders. You got Ken's Ranch over your face. Just absolute hogs. That's the first one that set me off. So I'm just going to keep it there right now. Absolutely disgusting display of Penn State fans. That they're claiming Penn State fans. There's really just no place for that. Obviously, it would have been a 4-on-3 ass whipping.
4-on-4, pregnant girl, right? That counts as 2.
Well, we don't.
Oh, she wouldn't have been in the scrap.
Yeah, we don't hit women unless they swing first. But we had the high ground. So obviously, 4-on-3, we have the high ground. These 2 meatballs are all 3 of them are hamming up the 2 meatballs or whatever. It would have been an ass beating, but, we can't do that. We're the mature adults there. And I'm looking at the camera right now. Dan, I can tell, is just focused because he's waiting to just, like a rabid dog going after some raw meat. That's the look Dan has right now behind those Pit Vipers. I know it. But, it's just a blemish because obviously, like, we're Penn State fans, as supporters of the team. And it's just a bad look because we've went to Pitt games this year. We've went with Roberts. I've told Pitt fans, like, hey, I'm a Penn State fan. I'm here to, hang out with my buddies, support the local team. Never got shit from any of them down there. Good times down there. Yesterday, just ruined the whole day with just absolute jag-offs up in the stands. And I'll turn it over to whoever else right now because the second part of my rant of us humbling Happy Valley will come shortly after.
Go ahead, Dad.
On mute. Dan, you're on mute.
Oh.
But you got the old mute
Bad
thing.
radio.
Oh.
This is bad radio. Oh, no.
Bad look for Dan.
Oh no. Roberts, you might have to pull it together here.
Piggybacking off that, as a lot of people know, we have a strong audience in our hometown. I do like to talk a lot of smack. I do like to give it back. But all I said was, I went in there. The two guys beside me, they were like really chill. He was just like, I can't believe you're a Pitt fan coming here. I told him I'm here with my boys. You know what I mean? And yeah, this guy, he tried to get physical with me, like touch me all the time and everything. I'm like, bro, like stop touching me, man, for real. Like I shooted away, like I didn't say anything back. Then his boy was like slumped, like not even like, and then like Sweet Caroline comes on. This guy thinks like he could just tell everybody there's kids just yelling like stop, you know what I mean? He's swearing, whipping me off, whipping off like the whole group off, and then
Yeah.
he just like you look over, buddy's sleeping, and like as like Penn State scores, everybody screaming, doesn't even realize it. Like it's just like it's bad taste, man. You know that was close I've ever been to a physical altercation. Never fought in my life, never had to. Like those guys, early jag of the week. Don't care, hate those guys. Penn State fans, take a step down. I'm gonna be honest.
Bad look.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, like I'll be the first one. Like I was sitting directly next to Roberts. I'd be the first one. Like if Roberts is provoking, I'd be like, Roberts, just shut the hell up. Like I'd put you in your place if you were getting out of line. But those guys, Roberts wasn't even engaging with them, and they just kept going back and forth, just trying to irritate him. The one that really pissed me off was the guy sleeping for I don't know how many drives in the first quarter. Sweet Caroline comes on. He gets up and he starts getting in Robert's face, and there's kids all around us flipping double birds. He's getting in my face, flipping us off. He's probably about $170, 5'8". I could have literally picked him up, chucked him down onto the field from the nosebleeds we were at. Like, you got to realize at some point there's going to be consequences for your actions. And if they did that anywhere else but inside the stadium yesterday, they would have been absolutely pulverized. That was probably the most irritated I've been. It ruined the game for everybody, I think. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but it kind of ruined that whole thing.
Dan said timeout. All I'm going to say is I'm going to disavow. This is where I say I'm disavowing the Penn State fan base. Things went on too long. Took a little hiatus of going to games a couple years ago, but this is our second year in a row back. It just doesn't feel the same as when we were growing up. I don't know. The fans are different. I think what I'm going to do is I'm cleansing the fan base. As a fan of Penn State, I'm going to say I'm better than you, but I'm not saying it to other programs. I'm going to say it to my own program. I'm taking to the interwebs. I'm going to start calling people out. I'm going to get down and dirty with the Twitter eggs. I'm going to tell them what's up. I'm going to start tweeting at them, and I'm going to direct them to my DMs. I'm going to hash it out. I'm going to get really sloppy with it. I'm taking to the mud. Who's Dan calling, Andrew?
Yeah, Dan's on.
All right. Here. See if you can hear him now.
Can he shoot me an invite or no?
Yeah, I just called you on here.
Yeah. We're currently trying to get Dan back.
Yeah, we're troubleshooting, a live troubleshoot.
When did you send that?
Just now.
This is great radio.
I know this is. I just said I kicked you out from the call. I'm sorry. I had to give you the old boot.
Oh, that's the shape of Italy, like back in the day.
Get on the Xbox party. What do you do with the soccer ball?
That's
Okay.
I mean, the only positive, like if we're like saying that, is Penn Kebab, Penn State, State College.
I still have a completely different rant. Those guys to turn around and think that it's 3-on-1 just because they're dicking with somebody and you see 3 other people with Penn State stuff on. Like, no, like I'm not on your side because you're a Penn State fan. Like, I don't know what like you think's going on. I'm not gonna turn on someone in our group. Like, this ain't the times of medieval. Like, I don't even see those guys as fans, honestly, and that's why I think like the fan base needs corrected. So I'm be doing my duty. I told Roberts, I said I got your back like during the whole thing. So I don't know what those guys would have done. They were stupid. They had the low ground. They're down like on an angle, so they would have gotten like probably honestly thrown over like 4 seats.
But I said the line I said though, I won't repeat on here, is that the whole crowd, the whole section knew I was right. It was an embarrassing line for those guys. They knew they took the L after that, and then we left at halftime to find a better seat.
Not halftime. It's like third or no? Yeah, third.
But it's just I don't know. Guys,
It's
they
what
left
it
a
is.
sour taste in all our mouths just for the fact of the matter is that I don't go to their school, one, and don't like support their team, two, which is not the fact of the matter of like,
Yeah.
And if you're
Yeah.
like that rent free in someone's head, like I could see if it was Pitt playing Penn State in that game. It was a Penn State Maryland game. Like Pitt had nothing to do with that game. So like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like you should be winning that game if you're Penn State.
Like, yeah, you're there and you're just trying to, like they basically paid who knows how much on every ticket just to look at Roberts the whole time. Like Roberts was like the main attraction for those guys.
and that's sad to
What's
see.
every touchdown they scored, they would turn around and just give you the bird. Like it meant something to like for you.
Yeah.
You know, it was obnoxious.
You can tell those guys like didn't know what was going on because any sports game I've been to where there's like an opposing fan from the other team in the crowd, like it doesn't get that ugly. And at the end of the game, it's just like fun and jokes for the most part. Like usually everyone's pretty chill by the end, like especially if they've been sitting by you the whole game.
Right.
Like some things are bigger than football and like fandoms. It just really showed how like arrogant these guys were, or I don't even know what their end goal was, or they just honestly probably didn't feel too good about themselves that day. Maybe things aren't going well at home. Maybe little Timmy was acting up before. Like, I don't know. But these guys, they're probably just yokels from northeast PA, probably closer to Philly than Pittsburgh, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, it just left a bad taste in my mouth from the fan base. The experience as a whole. I won't be sitting up there anymore. I'll be sitting down lower now, where there's probably better clientele than old Jimmy and Dale from Elk County. So those are my 2 cents. What's the update on Dan here?
I'm trying to troubleshoot Dan. He's getting the thing, but is there a way like we can pause the recording and then start it again so he can join in?
Yeah, I'll just have to like
Just
stop and
merge
start
it
it.
twice.
So yeah, it'll merge once I hit this. So